It's ridiculous. These drops are killing me. Yeah, me too, bro. It's not much fun to watch. Jay Corner 1-7. After this game, Mike needs to stop playing the guys that are hurting this team. Play guys that are going to give it their all. I think what he's trying to say with Jay Corner 17 saying, like, if you're dropping the ball, if you're committing dumb penalties, that's something else. I marked a bunch. Man, they just shoot themselves in the foot. Offsides, late hit, ball start, just dumb. Then you add the drops. You got to redshirt freshman quarterback. You can't add that stuff in there. King Everett. I've counted more than 5 drops. Wouldn't surprise me. I haven't counted, but that would not surprise me. Can't wait for press conference. That's from James Sexton. You go for it, brother. I have very little interest in that press conference. They're terrible, terrible, terrible. Only a couple guys can catch a football. That's Hemi Knoll for life. To be honest, you're not wrong. Field goal was good for Clemson, 29-13. They're showing a guy on TV right now at ESPN with his shirt off in the stands by himself reading a book. That is Florida State football 2024. Again, in the stands by himself, shirt off, to some old man reading a book, not watching the game. What does that tell you about Florida State football right now? Kate, Brock has only ran the ball 2 times. One of those was a play call. I thought we'd see Brock open up the run game, but Mike hasn't tried. I said this before yesterday. I don't think that's because he can't run. They can't get him hurt. They got 2 scholarship quarterbacks right now. That sucks. And he can run. He can't take hits. They knew he was going to get some hits in the pass rush anyway. They're trying not to get him killed. I'm convinced of that. Jeremy Marsh. Yeah, let's see Norvell defend that decision to leave DJ as a starter for so long. Yeah, good luck with that. David Thatcher. Whole Knoll offensive staff should be fired on Sunday, plus Shannon. I mean, I can't hate on you for that statement. King Everett. Brock Glenn isn't even the problem. No, he's not. He's got a chance, man. He's a pretty good-looking quarterback. Zachary Gibbons. We have seen that before. King Everett. Mike Norvell does not give him an offense to work with. I don't think anybody does because he can't recruit well enough, but that's another story. This isn't football from Mike Everett. Oh, man. Oh, Hemi for night. Oh, really? Hemi Knoll for life. That was the same book guy from a few years ago. I don't remember that. My memory is atrocious, but nonetheless. All right, 1st and 10 for Brock. Checked out and a drop. Amari. No, Landon. It's even happening with the freshmen now. I mean, it's just insane how many drops there's been. This is disgusting. Bishop Sycamore would beat us. I don't know where that's at, but that's not a good sign. Zachary Gibbons. That's what we do instead of bag on the head. We go shirtless to games and read books. That is hilarious. Bro, that is some funny stuff right there. Give your props, Zachary. That's good. All right, 2nd and 10. Brock throws down. Again, he hits Landon. Landon gets 9 yards out to the 31-yard line. The arrogance of Mike is appalling. There's no way Brock didn't do better than DJ in practice. If other head coaches that are better than him have gone to young, whatever, they think that he isn't too good. I don't know. Like, you can't tell me he wasn't at least competitive with DJ in practice, according to this. I'm sorry. Another game scoring in the teens, shaking my head. That's from Rhinos. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Would FSU be 1-4 with Glenn starting every game? No. That is from David Thatcher. I think they'd win at least 2, if not 3 games by now. They're competitive in about every game. You know, it's just DJ's not very good, and the receivers and whatnot aren't very good. So it is what it is. James Sexton. I actually feel bad for Brock. He's the only one trying to win. I don't know about only, but most of them just ain't very good at it. Leftover gaming. I mean, nobody in their right mind thought we would beat Clemson. Well, correct. At least they've been competitive with them. They've tried. Oh, wow, nice play. Malik Benson with the 4th down catch gets the ball out near midfield. Brock back to pass, just under a minute to go. Slides left. Throws it over the middle. Oh, nice catch. Down to the 36-yard line. That's a first down and 10 for the Noles. Malik Benson with the catch. Wide receivers dropped a ton of passes. Yeah, Surtain is the only position coach that should stay. Maybe the special teams coach, that's it. That is from NK. Like, the special teams are pretty good for Florida State. 2 blocks tonight. The field goal kicker is good. The punter is good. Kind of hard to complain about special teams. Oh, gosh. Amari had a chance on one there, and he slipped on a deep post. I think Amari Williams is going to be really good. Remember, he's a year early. He should still be in high school. King Everett. Brock would have had a better chance transferring to a MAC team. Oof, that hurts. Andre Buggs. No excuses for a fourth-year staff graded if Norvell can't see he needs to be replaced. It's not a fourth-year staff. It's fifth. They came in at 20, if I remember right. Yeah. So that's even worse. David Thatcher. Does quarterback ever keep ball on zone read? He can. Yeah, that's what it means, reading it. So there's a million variations of that term too. So, oof. Nice play. Amari got banged at the line of scrimmage, but nonetheless. Leftover gaming. How many targets and catches did Hakeem have this game? I will check in 1 second. FSU brass are looking like geniuses giving Norvell an 8-year contract. Let's see what the situation is for the total with Hakeem here. All right. Receiving. Hakeem Williams targeted. Says 4 times, 4 catches. Landon Thomas led him with 7 catches, 80 yards, freshman. Hakeem Williams, 4 catches, 53 yards. He's a sophomore. Benson, 3 for 39. He's the senior transfer. Jakai, senior, 3 for 21. Kentron, 2 for 16. Tofili, 2 for 3. Amari Williams, 1 for 13. That can't be right. He caught multiple balls. That's wrong. They goofed that up because, yeah, I don't know what that's way off. They got him and Landon mixed up or something. And Brian Courtney had that one short pass for 1 for 3. Yeah, Amari caught 2 or 3 balls. But anyway, Brock Glenn, final stat line that I have, 23 of 41, 228, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, 56%, 114 rating for a college player. That's not bad, considering he was running for his life the entire freaking night. The stat line defensively is what's really interesting, because if you look at the defensive players and the notes with that, for Clemson, they had 2 sacks, 6 tackles for loss, 4 quarterback. They had whoever did this quarterback hurry thing for the stat broadcast are a bunch of idiots. 4 hurries, it's about 10 or 12. There's no way. But anyway, that's another story. For Florida State, they got 1 sack, 5 tackles for loss, according to this, 5 hurries. Florida State's not getting turnovers and everything. And like the run defense is embarrassing. 40 carries, 265. I mean, that's just garbage. But, and by the way, Florida State finishes 23 carries, 22 yards. But it is what it is. When I come back here in just a second, I just want to take a breath and kind of look at some of the stats. I'll get back into the chat. But, man, Florida State goes down again tonight, 29-13. It could have been a lot worse. And quite honestly, I'm surprised that it wasn't. You got to give Florida State credit for showing up. And I'm kind of proud that they went out there and competed the way that they did. I'll be right back with more Locked On Seminoles. Have you checked out the Gametime app yet? If not, you should download it because it's an easy way for you to find tickets right from the fingertips that you have and your cell phone. All you got to do is download it, check out whatever team you want, type in Dallas Cowboys, Atlanta Braves, whatever it is that you want. Find a game, click on it, and then pick a seat, and it will show you the view from where that seat is in the venue, and it's not just sports. You can check out all kinds of things. Number one, Obviously, baseball, football, basketball. But if you want to go to a play, if you want to go to a movie, if you want to go to a rock concert, whatever it is, you have an opportunity to check it out on Gametime. It's also an opportunity to get pricing that's all-inclusive. You just set it up inside the app. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Gametime. Download the app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off. Download Gametime today. What time is it? Gametime. All right. It's kind of interesting that Florida State kind of made that charge there. Clemson only scored 6 points in the second half. They kicked 5 field goals, had a couple blocks. Clemson's offense bogged down. Give credit to Florida State's players for doing pretty well in the third quarter. And the fourth quarter, they were probably tired, but they held on. I thought there was going to be a couple more gashes because they gave up a lot of yards between the 20s. Clemson for the game, total yards. Oh, wow. This is bizarre. Clemson, 500 yards on the dot. Florida State, 250 on the dot. That's what this says. It's amazing. Florida State, 22 rushing. I mean, that is just pathetic. But anyway, another stat that it bothers me. I'm not going to go into a big diatribe here. But Florida State had 7 penalties for 75 yards, which is really bad. And some of them are really bad timing, too. A couple of big passing plays, etc. Florida State cannot not afford that. By the way, through 6 games, Florida State has not surpassed 300 yards of offense in any game. That's hard to do. I mean, that is really, really hard to do. But that's where the Noles are. Now, I just want to kind of give my thoughts, and if anybody wants to comment, fire away. I'll answer any questions that I can. But real quick, they should have never beat Cal. Or Cal should never beat Florida State. I think that's what James texted me. Like these teams that Florida State was close with, if they'd had any O-line quarterback play, they could be at 4-2 right now. Something like that. Instead, they're 1-5. I mean, the margin of error in these games is pretty slim. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of disappointed we haven't seen something better. Let's see. All right, Messiah. I don't have any interest, to be honest, in what Norvell said. I don't want to see Norvell right now or anything else. He just makes me angry. But I love how they were smiling, hugging, having a good time when they sucked that bad. I don't know if you're being serious, James, but it looked like they played like they wanted to be there. That's the first thing I noticed. So we'll see how that goes. Southern Man. Brock looked outstanding tonight. He's a leader. The offensive line is the worst I've seen. It's pathetic. At 53 should be done. Maurice Smith was one of their best players last year. He has regressed so much, it's insane. It's insane. I have no idea if he's hurt, but I would assume that he is because 6-year seniors don't just start throwing snaps all over the place. Do they? I mean, it's just horrific. Eric. Atkins is a disgrace to coaching. That's fair. Chad Kinzer. Coach Dugans needs to be the one chopping block for the way the wide receiver is looking. Hate to say it because he's a former Nole, but he ain't getting it done. Zion Equity Group. Brock looked good. DJU should never see the field again. Bingo. King Everett. What type of stuff is on the ball? Bro, these wide receivers drop so many passes. You ain't wrong. Like, Florida State's not bad. They're not bad at receiver. They are horrendous, especially in clutch moments. Saw a running back drop the ball. Saw a tight end. Saw receivers. I mean, it's across the board, but the receivers in particular, they just don't make enough plays, man. They just don't. Sexton says he told Norvell he is. I can't repeat that, brother. Eric Woofros, fire Atkins now. If Norvell doesn't fire Atkins after this season, what's that going to tell you about Norvell's tenure long term? It's not going to be long. Jeremy Marsh, why do coaches get buyouts? You get rich for sucking. Yes, 100%. I'll top it. If you get caught cheating like horrendously, you still get paid. It's the dumbest thing ever. Sean F85. Mo Smith was playing like he had money on the spread. Oof, man, that's rough. DR. Brock should have 300 yards pass. He should have. Ain't no doubt. DR. He made some good throws. Drops killed him. No doubt again. King Everett. JV teams are catching. Hayden Franklin. This O-line killed any chance we had tonight. The bad snaps and holdings killed all the momentum. It's such a true thing. Like, football is a momentum sport, right? You get a big play down the field like that catch Benson made. That was crazy. Oh, there's penalty. Just ridiculous. They need to check the center's bank account tomorrow from James Sexton. Oh, that's great, man. That is great. Zion Equity Group. Do you think Fuller should be fired? I can't say that he should stay. I'll leave it at that. You judge from there, brother. Eric Lufros. I love Brock. His O-line sucks. Yeah, well, kind of hard to argue with that statement. Messiah. Why did we get a transfer quarterback when we had Brock from the start? He's good. Our receivers are just can't catch. We could use that money on a receiver. Amen to that. King Everett. The amount of holding penalties are insane. They literally ruined our whole drive. Yep. You're not wrong on that one either. Southern Man, love your show, man. You're the best. Appreciate it, brother. I truly do. Now, since we're to this point, I want to just kind of roll out a couple of things here. And you can take this any way you like. But Florida State is in a weird spot. O-line is trash, but they got a bunch of seniors. And they're trash. Just trash. And part of it's injury, but seniors that are around aren't playing good either. That's a problem. O-line recruiting 3-4 years ago, 5 years ago is also trash. And that's why they're in the situation they're in. Not good. So I'll talk about it a little bit. I don't know which day. Monday, probably. I'll start doing position breakdowns because, again, we got an off week next week. Like, how can you support anything the O-line has done? That will not be a friendly podcast. If you need friendly podcasts, when I do the O-line section, do not tune in. Do not tune in. It will be a hailstorm of ugliness. So there's just no way around that. It's crazy because so many people were bad throughout the season so far. I can't put it into perspective on what's really going on. But it is what it is. While I'm thinking about it, thank you to everybody that's tuning in tonight and that comes in and makes Locked On Seminoles a great podcast. I love the community. I love the cooperation of the chat. Live shows for me the best because you get to find out who people are. You can ask me questions, make comments, whatever you want. You know me by now if you've come in here. No holds barred. If you want just a little bit of sass and a bunch of positives, I'm not your guy. If you want the opportunity to hear the truth, come on down to Locked On Seminoles. I am bottom line. And that's the way it is. Let's see here. Hayden Franklin. Watching Thomas play well instead of Morlock dropping everything was a breath of fresh air. 100%. I remember, again, I've said this on the show many times. I saw Landon when he was a freshman. He was playing on a 15U 7-on-7 team. It was hilarious. He looked like the Jolly Green Giant out there. He was at least 6'4" already. And nobody could guard him. I was like, I'd take that kid right now. And, of course, he ends up being an elite recruit. Norvell better fire Power 4 coaches. I 100% agree. At minimum, I expect 3 coaching changes after this season. I'm not going to go into names until after the season. But the day after the season, I'm going to have I don't know exactly what I'll name it, but it'll be something to the following effect. The Who Should Be Fired from Florida State's Coaching Staff podcast. A to B, unless some guy's already gone. Literally, the day after. Who should be fired from Florida State's Coaching Staff podcast? I do not care. Let's see. Alabama got beat by Vanderbilt. It's a weird year. That's from Eric LaFruse. Yeah, look, bro. The last time Vandy beat Bama was 40 years ago. I was 11. I was collecting baseball cards and not caring about anything. You know what I mean? W podcast. I'm not sure what you mean by that, King, but Cubs to 0209. These skill players can't catch a freaking cold. Also, Maurice Smith has been here for a decade, and now he can't snap the ball. Like, I don't get it, man. He's got to be injured. He has to be injured. If he's not, what in the world is going on? He was awful tonight. I call it like I see it. Washington straight up clotheslining LT is the epitome of what this season is. Leftover gaming. Remember when the media was saying our O-line was going to be one of the top in the country? I thought it would be pretty good. I didn't think we'd be top of the country, but they had a ton of experience. I thought they'd be solid. They're garbage. They're garbage. Slumbering Calusas. Wasn't the tight end coach putting O-linemen in the NFL at TCU? That I don't know. That I do not know. Southern Man. When are you live again? That's a great question. Probably going to do something early to midweek, Tuesday or Wednesday. I need to get through a couple of shows. Kind of like just, again, I got stats galore on this notepad. Get through tomorrow. I'll probably do Monday, do something early evening, right before. I don't know what they're doing for Monday Night Football. You know what? Make it Tuesday because a lot of people watch Monday. Let's do Tuesday night live show because there's no college or pro on Tuesday night. That makes sense. I might have a show earlier in the day, something basic, a recruiting show or something like that, but then do a live show Tuesday. Everybody can go back through, watch the game a little bit, highlights, break down stats, talk to friends. What did they see? Anything you want. Bring your thoughts back in. We'll do something. May not be a super long show. I don't know. But here are the positives I see it about Florida State right now. Obviously, you found a quarterback. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Florida State can throw a pass forward now instead of backwards. That's a good start. Defense played hard. They didn't play well. They played hard. And they bowed up like crazy in the red zone. They blocked 2 field goals. That's pretty good. I think you've got some tight ends. Obviously, you got some young tight ends. There ain't no doubt about that. Running game, I have no idea if you got running backs because the O-line's garbage. Linebackers are inconsistent. DJ Lundy didn't play tonight. That hurt him. Graham and other guys played, so it's a little better, but the program's finally moved up a little bit. King Everett, can we please ship DJU in the box, send him back to a Circle K? I never want to see him in Tally again. Yeah, I get it, brother. Parabellum, Norvell is not a long-term coach at Florida State. He is on thin ice. I agree. Jeremy Marsh, put Norvell in that box with DJ. His insanity is unbelievable. Surfer, how many perfect or good throws were dropped? 3 to 5. There were a couple others that were a little off. There were more than 5 drops by the way I calculate. A couple weren't perfect balls. There was a slant. Even to Douglas, who's a good player, he dropped one in the middle. They were backed up. It's good enough pass to catch, and he dropped it. When you're struggling, you can't miss those. Bro, you cannot miss those. Sam Gibson, Adkins, Shannon, and Dugans need to be gone. Sorry, Dugans. I don't disagree. Andre Bugs. Norvell is not the answer for the future. It's Norvell or the athletic director. It's cheaper to let the athletic director go first. Christopher P. Maurice been the same since he's been at Florida State, if you think about it. He had some good stretches, and he's always competed. But like right now, he's just garbage. Hoping Brock didn't get injured on that last play. Looked like he got up a little gimpy. I didn't really think about it, to be honest. Kalu, Mike Norvell should have started Glenn from the second game so he could have more experience. Eric, our young players that look significantly better than our experienced players. That's sad, isn't it? Eric LaFruce with a good comment there. Southern Man. Brock's decision-making and leadership were excellent, and the kid has a rifle. When I saw him at Elite 11 a couple years ago, he had a solid arm, but his arm strength has improved. There is no question. He's thicker and stronger now, too. There's no doubt. He's probably gained 15, 20 pounds. Jermaine J. Williams. FSU went from complete trash to playing well enough to win, but finding a way to lose. You know what's funny about that, Jermaine? You're right, but it's still a major step up instead of just getting your head kicked in. I mean, last week against SMU, that wasn't much fun at all. left over. They've been dropping passes all season. True. I don't understand. Where is the accountability from the coaches? You simply cannot have this. No argument, brother. King Everett. We also need to get a new rub in the portal, running back in the portal. My God, this rushing attack is horrid. They didn't have nowhere to go, man. Like it's embarrassing how bad the O-line is in the run game. It's sickening. How FSU got 22 yards on 23 carries. Now, we got to remember, a couple of those are on scrambles from Brock. There was a 10-yard run he moved the pile from Cam because he's a horse. That's like 20 of their 22 yards, literally. It's bad. Surfer, do you think we should be 4-2 or at least 3-3 if Brock started the Ireland game? 3-3 would be like minimum. Think about it this way. SMU's only game they got just crushed. That's it. The game tonight, they were banged up O-line and they've been playing bad anyway. That was probably going to be a loss. So those are two. Okay. They beat Cal. The game against Georgia Tech goes down to the wire. You can't tell me he's going to play worse than DJ did in that game. You have the circumstances with the other couple games. Do you really think that BC wins? Maybe, maybe not. But like that's the game in particular. DJ just looked deer in the headlights early. BC didn't do anything special with their offense. They just ran the ball. Florida State's defense was pretty bad. You know what I mean? Like there was nothing about those games that was special. The Memphis game is probably the most frustrating. The defense played pretty good in the second half, gave up one score, and the offense was garbage. You might have come back and won that game. I think they're 3-3 at least. They're like just conservatively. It's so bad. It's so bad. I don't think the running backs are the problem. It's the O-line. From Hayden Franklin, I agree. King Everett, Cam Davis and LT got no help, and Cam got zero vision. I think they're just afraid to get hit. They see any sliver and they just take it because they don't think they're going anywhere. They have no confidence in guys in front of them. Do you blame them? I wouldn't. Glenn seemed to be holding his growing. I don't know what that means, Sam. Sorry, buddy. Sean, Brock looks like he pulled a groin towards the end. Hopefully he just got hit there. He might have. You never know with that kind of stuff. Eric, imagine what this season would have looked like with the good O-line. Completely freaking different. That's what it would have looked like. Southern Man, how many times are we going to hear, at Norvell's presser? He's a really frantic guy, not the best public speaker. And I'm not saying that I'm God's gift at it. I'm not Martin Luther King or anything. But at the same time, Norvell, he's a very fidgety dude. He's always nervous. I don't like watching his press conferences very much. He's an intelligent guy and he's a nice guy, but he's just not very well spoken in front of a microphone. Couple more thoughts, and I'm just going to wrap it up here. And again, I'll have a show tomorrow. I'm going to probably in the afternoon. I need to go over stuff. I'm going to take this show, break it into two sections, and then put it up on Locked On Seminoles, part 1 and part 2 of the live show. But here's a big comment overall. Florida State has improved. Now you're probably saying, well, they lost by 16. They could have lost by 50. There were parts of that third quarter where neither team played well in the third quarter offensively. The defenses played better. But Florida State struggled so bad running the ball, just dumb drops, penalties. They could have got gashed. They improved. That's one. Two, it's no question. You have a quarterback. There better not be any more DJs starting. There better not be any. 3, this gives you something to look forward to. Because not only did Brock play, and he had his moments. He had obviously some bonehead plays too, while he was getting his head handed to him by the front 7 of the Clemson Tigers. But you got Amari. You got Landon. You're starting to see some of these freshman receivers, running backs get into the rotation. The blocked field goal, one of them was by a freshman or a redshirt freshman. You got another, the seniors and the juniors of the D-line, they don't play the run very well. They can pass rush halfway decent. They competed. Ton of mistakes in the back 7. That's a problem. especially with run gap fits, but they still play hard. I was worried there were going to be guys quit this week. That did not happen. So just want to say that. I guess there's a couple more comments here in the chat. I'll check that out. What we got here. Surfer, we will start younger O-line players. I think they probably will pretty soon. Andre, for those who don't know, Ott started, I believe it was right guard, if I remember right guard. He's probably not ready, but he started tonight. Brock with a full spring off-season and fall camp at the start of FSU would be 4-2 because of Brooks. Wegg's different play call. Yeah, you got to have the reps as quarterback, man. It's really important. He is coaching Florida State like a group of 5 conference, not Power 5, talking about Norvell. You're not wrong. Quarterback changed the attitude and look to the team. Eric Lafros, love your show. Thanks for all you do. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that, brother. I truly do. Let's see here. King Everett, where is Julian Armella? That's a great question. I don't know the answer to that. Christian Lee, Dugans and Atkins has to go. The position groups there, coaching sucks at least 3 touchdowns left on that from drops and miscues. No argument. Christian Lee, Dugans and Atkins has to go. The position groups, that's the same one. Pretty much. All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up here for Locked On Seminoles tonight. Thank you very much for everybody that came in. Please like, please subscribe, please hit that notification bell and share this podcast. Having a lot of fun with it. Obviously, Florida State struggled tonight, but it's better than what it's been. There's some hope. So with that, I will see you all again. I'll have a show up sometime tomorrow afternoon at the latest. And then on Tuesday, again, for those of you who didn't hear, I will have a live show on Tuesday night. Everybody have a good one. Talk to you soon.